Welcome, I'm Kevin Harrington, an original shark from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and welcome to this edition of Business Icons. With me is Chris Fehr. Hey, Chris.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Hey, great. You're a nationally recognized author, speaker, and tax reduction specialist. And I know you work with certain kinds of clients. And what is that sweet spot for those that are out there of the kind of client that you like to work with?
Well, as a CPA and wealth planner, Kevin, the folks that can benefit most from our advanced tax strategies are small business owners, successful business owners.
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs,
good. Okay.
absolutely.
I'll fit into that category.
Sure.
Okay, good.
High-income executives.
Right, sure, yep.
And independent women.
Oh, great. Okay. And so now out in the marketplace, each of those has its own specific kind of needs and desires. And what do you say, what actually, like the female entrepreneurs are different than maybe male entrepreneurs versus people that are getting into retirement. So what is it that you find they want the most, the folks you deal with?
Sure, Kevin. Well, everyone has unique circumstances,
Right.
Absolutely. But in general, we're all the same, and everyone wants pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
They want peace of mind.
Peace of mind, sure.
They
That makes
want
sense.
to not have to worry about their future.
Right.
And they want to know that their future's secure.
Mm-hmm.
They want the freedom that comes with that security,
Right.
Which is to do the things that they want to do in retirement
Right.
with the people that they want when they want to do them, rather
Right.
than being controlled by their circumstances.
No, I got you. Now, I understand that the IRS has volumes of detail of filing your taxes and all of that, and you're a tax reduction specialist. So how do you keep up with all of the information and the changes that are happening on a year-to-year basis?
Yeah, that's a good point. There's over 72,000 pages of tax code and case law,
Wow.
so no one can know it all. And what I focus on are the green lights, the gold mines in the tax code.
Gotcha.
Rather than you owe a tax, what's the exception to the tax code? And we focus on those to take advantage of those. And I travel the country doing CE and speaking and training to really help myself stay abreast of all of the different changes in the tax law and all the opportunities that happen every time they change the code.
That's great. So as you're out speaking and training and connecting, you're getting lots of great feedback. You're probably also hearing about a lot of stories where there are challenges, where the folks need help, they need advice, they need you. Okay, so what are some of the things that you're seeing out there, the biggest challenges in your marketplace?
Well, the biggest challenges, I think, are the human nature challenges.
Okay.
Because we can have the best plan and the best set of ideas, but people still have to take action.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really one of the things that is hardest to overcome, is getting people to the point of, this makes sense, let's do this, and feeling secure about the future, because there's just so much uncertainty and there's so much information coming at people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really know who to trust. That's why it's so key in picking the right person.
Right. Now, how many years have you been doing this now?
Oh, I've been doing this for about 25 years
25
in
years.
various different roles.
And you've seen evolutions and changes over that period of time, I'm sure. What are the things that as you're looking at tax reduction, do you have to also consider, as folks are getting older, the health situation? Does that come into play also as you're advising clients?
Absolutely. For a couple who are 65, they're going to spend over $250,000 on health care, and most people haven't planned for that. We're living longer. With that, we have to fund more retirement, which is sometimes a challenge because we don't want to run out of money. That's the biggest fear.
Right, okay.
And we don't want to have to change our lifestyle.
Right.
But as far as all of the healthcare risks and other risks, everything can be mitigated with proper planning and a proper strategy.
Gotcha. Because I think some people, when they think they're getting towards retirement, may think they don't need as much money going forward, but they also, because they're retired, they got more time on their hands, more places to go, maybe a bucket list of things to do. So actually, they really need to be able to maintain the lifestyle in a similar fashion, possibly even needing more capital in the retirement years.
Yeah, one of the myths out there that we fight constantly in our industry is the 80% myth, that you can live on in retirement 80% of your income while you were working. And that's simply not true, because that bucket list,
Right.
we've all put off things in retirement that we want to do when we retire, but we need the freedom, we need the money, and we need the health to do it. So there's a short window of opportunity to take advantage of those bucket list items.
Right.
So oftentimes, especially early in retirement, you need more money than you had while you were working.
Yeah. So fantastic. Now, as 25 years in the business, you've probably seen many things happening over that time, but you have been locked and loaded in doing the same thing for all those years. So this makes you an expert and a specialist and somebody that people can trust when they need some good advice. And you're keeping up on all the latest and greatest changes in some of the tax laws and things like that. So when somebody is getting this advice, how often, you mentioned they sometimes have a hard time pulling the trigger, acting now. Is this one of the other challenges that you run into? People afraid to make the move sometimes, that they make the move that they should be making?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
One thing that I always try to do is educate folks.
Okay.
And some people like to get educated to the point just where, hey, I'm comfortable and I can make a decision. And then I work with other types of people, more analytical, who want the nth level of detail before they're comfortable.
Right.
And we work with all types of folks that and get to that level. But really, it's a comfort with knowing that your future is secure. You're going to be fine. Here's where your dollars are going to come from in retirement. Each dollar, if you want to get to that level, and when and how long we're going to plan for that.
Fantastic.
So as long as we put a blueprint together, the details, not a picture of a house, not a nice sketch, but a detailed blueprint of where every little piece is going to be,
There you go.
people get that comfort level.
Right. So we've talked about the IRS 72,000 pages of information and content, but that's out there. You, as an expert in this world, as a tax reduction specialist, you've got a book, you do speaking, and you're creating your own content also to help folks zero in on what they need to do, correct? I mean, what's that all about? Tell me about, as you speak and coach and teach and advise, what are some of the things you're doing and in the creation of content for people out there that might need some good things to start with?
Sure. One thing that we have on our website for folks that is available is a scorecard and a next step action guide, and you can also get a copy of my book Retire Abundantly there as well, or for calling our office. And it's a good starting point for people to take that first step. Where am I at? Because if we assess where we're at, then we can see where we need to go.
Right, because by the way, I love Retire Abundantly. Got a good ring to it. I love that, and so I think what there's folks out there listening saying, this. I'd like to connect with Chris. He's got some great ideas. 25 years in the business. How can people connect with you, and what should they do to get for the next step for them to kind of maybe do some research and find out if you're the right pick for them?
Sure. The easiest thing is go to our website, which is soarwithffg.com. That's SOAR with FFG.com, or call our office at 217-718-5137, and we can make available those resources for you.
So you've written a book, you're speaking, you're a tax reduction specialist. There's a lot of folks out there that need Chris Fehr's advice and help, and I just want to thank you for being with us here today, Chris. Thank you so much, and thanks for being here in today's edition of Business Icons.